Elon Musk says U.S. school turned his daughter into a full-blown communist. Here's a clip.
Elon Musk is blaming a rift with his daughter on the progressive Los Angeles private school where he sent her. Musk claims the Crossroads school indoctrinated his daughter, turning her into a communist. She has reportedly cut ties with her billionaire dad. Musk says, quote, she went beyond socialism to being a full communist and thinking that anyone rich is evil. He adds, I've made many overtures, but she doesn't want to spend time with me. Musk's daughter is not the only notable alum of the Crossroads School in L.A. Stars like Jack Black, Maya Rudolph, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Jonah Hill also went there. Molly, it's interesting coming off the heels of our discussion about elementary school a moment ago, and now at the high school level, the conversations about indoctrination.
Yeah, you know, honestly, the story just kind of makes me sad. You know, when kids get older, high school, college, they go off, they get exposed to a lot of new ideas, and it's not, you know, shockingly unusual to have the liberal kid, the conservative, more conservative parents at home, and to see a rift. So this just kind of makes me sad. It's kind of an age-old tale in a sense. But the school itself,
send your kids to better schools, though.
Can reach an annual tuition of $50,000.
I mean, Elon Musk is so smart. He's the richest guy in the world, and he can't do enough research. You know, no offense to the guy, it's his terrible habit to his daughter, but you can't do enough research to know that they're going to indoctrinate your daughter. Because the first thing when I saw this headline is like, why isn't he sending her to private school? Oh, it is a private school. It's just a super liberal one. Why didn't he in California? Why didn't he say he lives in Texas now? Why didn't he send her to school in Texas? See, I don't know. He has so many wives and stuff, and that's a problem too. He has like kids, a bunch of 9 kids or something with 3 wives. So you stay with the same woman, right? And then make sure you guys mesh together first, because then what happens when you move to Texas with your new woman, and then you don't see your daughter very much, and she lives with the mom, and then she wants her to go to this private school, and she's not, correcting her on this stuff that the teachers are saying, and why you're even sending her to this private school. But I guess it's California. But again, if she doesn't want to leave California because her mom lives there, and the mom doesn't want to leave California, then she's stuck there, and you're probably only going to get like super liberal schools, even if they're private, right, in California. So yeah, it's such a mess. But again, I'm sure he probably could have found something. He probably just thought it was a really good school. The daughter wanted to go there. He's like, okay, fine. I'll pay for it. Why not? But this is why not. It's ironic because who's even going to pay for her private school now if she's not going to talk to him? I'm sure he'll still pay for it. But if he didn't, you can't blame him. It's like, hey, you wanted to go to your private school, and now you're just talking trash about me because I'm rich, and that's the only reason why you even got to the school, to be able to go and get indoctrinated. Yeah, it's really interesting, but he can't even tell her any of this because, she won't talk to him. Yeah, terrible situation.
$1 a year. So the idea that, at least reportedly, because we're talking about a book that is yet to be published here, a biography, if this is all completely accurate, if this is actually what's happening, then, of course, there'd be some irony in that. But we don't know. In a family dynamic like this, I don't know that we can assume that his perception of her reasoning between this rift is exactly accurate, but it's an age-old tale, and I just hate to see it happening.
Emily, in the book that she's mentioning, the author says more than anything in his life since the infant death of his firstborn child, this rift with his daughter has really pained Elon Musk. It is sad because you only have one father, and she is refusing to talk to her own father. But as far as the schools, I mean, at this point, whether it's private or public or charter, they can't put masks on the kids anymore. They can't keep them at home. It's like all of a sudden these schools have just decided what's the next thing we can do to make sure that we take charge of kids. Like, what about the parents' voice in all of this? And I think that's what Elon Musk, the point is, that where is my voice? Where's my beliefs? Why is my daughter listening to them and not listening to me as a parent?
You shouldn't have sent her there.
But he can't give
that
her
was
guidance.
the voice.
She won't speak to him. So it's sad, but the school's wrong. I think it's wrong for them to do this to those kids.
Yeah, you mentioned sort of the age-old tale. I see it as a two-pronged age-old tale as well. One of which is that one of the communism's favorite playbook page is agitation and indoctrination in universities, in schools, and also that people who can follow it nowadays have the luxury of doing so. That's the whole point. These kids are born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and they have a luxury of turning their back on their father because their father's still alive. Anyone who doesn't have a father would give anything they own to have 1 minute back. I see this as a petulant, spoiled child, the result of that private school, the result of that woke community over there. I hope she gets some sense knocked into her and she apologizes to her father. What say you, Paul?
So let me talk directly to Elon here if he's watching. Elon, relax, she'll be back. All right? Because she can be a communist all she wants, but you're the world's richest man, okay? So that communism is a mile wide and an inch thick, okay? Let her get a little bit old, let her get knocked around by the world a little bit, all of a sudden it's going to be, hey, Daddy, guess who it is? So that's coming, but I agree with you, Emily. This was, it's another failure of the schools because she's not learning what communism is. Let's take a very sort of empirical metric. Where has it worked? Right? Where exactly has this thing happened? So, you know what? If she feels so strongly, you can buy a one-way ticket to North Korea last I checked. So have fun.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe the communism didn't take either on all the alumni. So you have, according to the article, Kate Hudson is a Crossroads alumni. You have Gwyneth Paltrow, Crossroads alumni. These are women who co-founded massive companies. Gwyneth Paltrow, Goop, look at Kate Hudson, Fabletics, that kind of thing. So at least they don't hate rich people.
But aren't they still on the left?
Capitalists. So maybe there's hope yet. I don't know.
I got to respect the tough love from Paul over here.
It's because I don't have kids.
I'm
not that tough.
Guys, stay with us. Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno.
Very interesting. Like I was saying, I feel bad for Elon about all this, but I mean, you can go research how to make the biggest rocket of all time, the size of a building, but you can't go research your daughter's school. It's the thing about Elon. I don't think he really spends that much time with his kids, and when he does, he's probably a good dad. Like he wants to spend time with his daughter. He's saying, but she just won't speak to him. But it's like you send her to this private school that all these celebrities went to and everything, and they're all on the left. They were just saying like Gwyneth Paltrow and stuff. Kate Hudson, they started their own companies, but they're still really far on the left. I don't know about Kate Hudson, but Gwyneth Paltrow, she's not even like married, right? She isn't. She has kids now, I think, but Apple, I think she named one of them, but I don't think she like has a guy in her life, so she didn't even stick with the dad. So yeah, they're not like traditionalists. So then they went to that school. They probably indoctrinated them to some extent too. It was just a long time ago. So their hope back then was just push people to the left. Gwyneth Paltrow, she's 50 or something now. So 40 years ago in the 90s, they're like, okay, let's just push them to the left. I heard that's what they wanted to do with Berkeley. The guy who started Berkeley, he's like, okay, I want to go. He was a leftist and it's social Marxist. And he's like, okay, I want to go and start a company or a college like that. I think it was Berkeley. It's in California. But I'm pretty sure it's Berkeley. And he's like, well, I'll go and indoctrinate all the kids. And then in 50 years, it will make them all Marxists. And if you look at that, you have a bunch of people who graduated from Berkeley and similar colleges. And now they're on the board of all these other colleges. And then they choose who becomes a teacher. And it's just this effect where they started slow, but now full-blown Marxism, right? But like I was saying, like Elon could have researched his school more and he could have homeschooled his kid. I'm like, not saying he could, but he could have easily afforded a private tutor. In this wouldn't have happened. A lot of people are like, well, how do you get socializing for your kids? You know, there's a million different ways. Put her in any type of extracurricular thing where the teacher's not so like she's not involved or sitting there with 8 hours a day with a teacher just talking down on her and stuff. You go put her into dance class, they're probably not going to really be talking about politics. In schools nowadays, though, it couldn't be further from the truth. I heard one teacher, she was like, yeah, we should just not even teach like reading or math or anything for a few years. We just have to go talk about how it's important to accept people, critical race theory stuff. That's what she was saying. That's what these teachers want to do now. They think it's more important to be political activists and to shape these kids into being Marxist than they do about teaching them like what school is designed for, I guess, or traditionally supposed to be. You learn, math, reading, you learn how to write, you learn all this type of stuff. Not anymore. No, you got to learn how to be accepting and be, critical race theory stuff. Yeah, that's what you have to do. That's how you teach kids now. It's not actually teaching them the skills that they can do to have to really succeed in life, no matter what your political leanings are. No, we have to make sure we shape those political leanings. Everything else is secondary. That's what they think. So to send for the richest guy in the world to send her to the school when he could have just got a private tutor, it sucks. And I just don't think that's not coming, I guess. But at the other hand, he did have some say in it. Because that reporter was like, well, where's the parents' voice? Elon Musk in particular definitely had a voice. And he said, okay, I'm going to send you to this school. I don't know. She probably wanted to go there, but even still, he could have researched and be like, no. I am not paying for that. You're going to become a communist, and you know I feel about you. And you spend more time with your kids. I don't know how often Elon Musk spends with his kids, but I see him in interviews and stuff. He had this tiny house in Boca Chica, Texas, at Starbase. He had like this little tiny house there. I know his kids aren't living with him there. Instead of like buying a mansion 2 miles away so you can have your kids, no, I'm going to live in this tiny house. He slept in the Tesla factory some years back when he's trying to do this. Like, your kids aren't with you there. So it's like, if your daughter wanted to go to school, do some research, no, you're going to be a communist. I've told you about communism. It's bad. You're not going to that school. Find something better. So he could have done that, but I don't know. He didn't want to put in the effort, I guess. Not trying to be mean to the guy and say it's like his fault, but at the same time, like the guys are saying, he had a voice, and this is what he chose. You know, hopefully he can get her out of it and learns his lesson with his other kids, because he does have other young kids. Don't put them in private schools in California. Put them in private schools in Texas, or homeschool them. Get a personal tutor. You can afford it. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe for daily news updates, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and share your thoughts on the story in the comments below. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.